The broadcast is now starting. All attendees are in listen-only mode.
Hi everyone, this is Liz Klostermann with OAUG. Just going to wait a few minutes for additional folks to arrive, so we'll start shortly. Thanks for being here. Welcome everyone who has joined so far. I'm going to wait about another minute or two just to see if additional people do arrive, but excited that you are all here, and we'll begin shortly. Well, let's go ahead and get started. Welcome to the Collaborate 2018 Joint Trade Show webinar. My name is Liz Klostermann. I am the Conference Manager, Exhibit Hall Manager for OAUG. And I am presenting this webinar in conjunction with my counterparts at IOUG and Quest. So this is a joint webinar across all exhibitors and sponsors of all three groups. And on behalf of all of us, we so appreciate your continued partnership with us on this show. We certainly couldn't do it without you. And do want to make sure that we provide the best experience for you as well. So in an effort to do that, we would like to do these webinars to showcase some information, just get this out in a different way. This is being recorded, so this will be emailed as well as posted to our respective websites. So any information in here that we go through that might be a touch too quick, or you think your staff might benefit from it in listening to it as well, this is being recorded, so you can go back and view it on demand as your schedule allows. And that will be true for the other two webinars that we do have scheduled. Just to highlight those will be in March and April. The March webinar will focus, I believe, in on marketing, and then the April one will be last minute tip and tricks, and just really preparing for that on-site experience. So today we're going to start with the booth services. So our agenda, as you can see on my screen, introductions, we'll go through the service kit, touch on important information and deadlines, chat a little bit about tips and tricks within the service kit and just your overall experience, and everything you can do starting today, going into the show. And then we'll open it up for both Freeman question and answer, and then any questions you may have for me as well. At any point throughout this, go ahead and use the chat feature. I can see any questions that are put into that chat box that you see on your screen, so I can call out any questions that you might have in that field. So as I mentioned, my name is Liz Klostermann. I am with the OAUG. I have posted my phone number and my email address up on the screen. And my counterparts, Julie Lewis with Quest, her phone number and email address are shown. And then Kate Hunter, who of course is the IOUG conference manager, her email address is posted as well. As you are probably familiar, Freeman is our general service contractor. Our contact is Deborah Mesaw. You do have your own Freeman contact through the Exhibitor Service Kit and your own dedicated Exhibitor Services personnel. So if at any time you need any questions or assistance, certainly reach out to any member that you see on this screen here. We can expedite and get any questions and answers that you might have quite quickly. So we are certainly here to help you as well. So these are your main points of contact, as well as those of us who are on the call today. So the service kit, as I mentioned, Freeman is our general service contractor this year. The full service kit is actually online through that link. I know that Quest also posts the PDF to their website, as do OAUG and IOUG. So if you have a preference versus seeing it online, which is very handy because you can actually order directly through that website, or if you have a desire for the PDF copies, those are your options as well. And don't worry about writing down that URL. It has been emailed to you, and we'll also include it with the link to this webinar as well. So when you go to that webinar, or you are on the webinar, when you go to the Freeman Service Kit, this is actually going to be the home screen that you see. You're probably all very familiar with the Freeman Service Kit link, but in case this is your first time using Freeman Online, you will need to create an account, which you can do up in the user profile that you see there. This kind of help screen, the dark gray with the white lettering, appears every time you go to the website. You can just click on the white X that you see in the upper right-hand corner there, or just click anywhere on the screen and it'll drop away. But it's just good, helpful information for you as well, kind of to direct you through the website. Thought I would include it here just because it is pretty useful. I use it quite often myself. So once you click through that screen, you will be taken to this page, that 59 days and 10 hours until discount price line. That's actually not current yet. There's a few less days, not too many, but it'll give you a timeline as far as the discount price deadline, which we'll go over here shortly as well. But this is your home screen. When you go to the Collaborate 18 Freeman website, you can certainly order products and services, get all the information about the show, get all your shipping information right as you access that first page. And then if you click on that orange arrow, you'll see two other options, which are copy from previous orders and forms and brochures. So the differences here, when you go to the order products and services, that is going to be all of your Freeman products and services, information about the show. That's going to be your FAQ documents, the quick facts, all of that quick hitting information that is very useful. I reference it all the time. Shipping your exhibit is pretty self-explanatory, hopefully. what I love is the copy from previous orders. So if you were at Collaborate 17 and went through the Freeman service kit, all of your orders are actually posted up here. So instead of reposting everything or resubmitting everything, you can just copy what you did previously and resubmit it. So it's a great efficient option for you in all of your ordering. And of course, also, if you just want to see what you did previously, if you need to change anything, if you remember something didn't work out as well and you need to update it, you can certainly reference all of your orders and make those changes. And then the last, forms and brochures. Those are all the additional vendors that we have on hand for you. So all the Mandalay Bay forms, which will include floral and F&B, amongst others, lead retrieval, and AV. So all of our vendors are located within the service kit. And I do want to take a minute just to emphasize that no one should be contacting you directly. All of our approved vendors are going to be within the service kit and won't reach out to you directly to request sales or really kind of push you into something that you might not need or be comfortable with. So if anyone does reach out to you, please do let any of us know so we can either address it with that vendor or send a cease and desist letter. This is most commonly seen through, of course, what we love to call housing pirates. So which we've found to be, unfortunately, particularly bad this year for whatever reason. But you'll get the phone calls of housing groups that can solicit or give you hotel rooms, and they may or may not book those rooms, but we can't guarantee that your reservation is made, nor do we have any power in chasing down the dollars that you might have given. So do be wary of anyone who does call you directly to solicit any business, whether it's for hotel rooms or any of our other vendors. The best course of action, should that happen to you, is get a name and number and then give us a call. We will chase them down. We'll just verify if they are truly vendors, and more often than not, they won't be. So we will go ahead and also send them a cease and desist letter and just really be proactive on your behalf. And we do that for housing pirates and any other vendors as well. So in any case, if you have any questions, if you question anyone's authority to provide you services for the show, please do just give us a call, shoot us an email. It's a really quick verification. We work hand in hand and so closely with all of our partners that we can kind of give you ease of mind in that regard. So what is included with your booth? Each 10 by 10 booth does come with the 8-foot high back drape and the 3-foot high side drape that really creates that three-dimensional or three-walled parameter of your booth. Island booths will not receive drape. So if you have an island booth, which is a booth that does not border on any other booth and would like drape, you will need to request this through Freeman. There is an expense for that. If you are an inline booth, so you have neighbors, or a 10 by 20 in any other inline booth, you will have this included within your package. All booths will receive, or each 10 by 10 will receive a waste basket. And an important note on this, booths 300 square feet or less will receive an ID sign, and booths larger than 300 square feet will receive an ID sign upon request. So if this is an option that you would like, please just let us know and we will make sure to work with Freeman in making that happen for you. Another point to note, what is printed on your ID sign is what is on your confirmation letter. So when you submitted your exhibit space contract or your sponsorship contract that included a booth, what we sent back to you as far as a confirmation of company name is what will be printed. So if you have any questions or have any changes or want a different name to be posted, do let us know so we can make sure that happens in the most efficient way for you. As you're all familiar, the exhibit hall in Las Vegas, Mandalay Bay, is not carpeted. We will be doing our aisles in the tuxedo that you're familiar with. The main street will be that bright plum. And then all booths will need to be carpeted, which Freeman, of course, does provide this service through the service kit. And you'll see all of the colors available. I do recommend going through this as the The carpet will be, of course, cut to your booth shape, and Freeman does have all of those very, very specific dimensions. So the show schedule, exhibitor move-in begins on Sunday, April 22nd at 8 a.m. We'll conclude that day at 5 p.m. and then we'll provide hours on Monday the 23rd from 8 to 2. All exhibits must be fully installed by Monday at 2 p.m. If you think you will need more time either earlier on Sunday, please do work with us just to see if we can't figure out how to get you in earlier or get you scheduled so you can have the time that you need in the hall to be show ready by 2 p.m. And that 2 p.m. is important because that gives us time to clear all the aisleways of any empties, vacuum the carpet, and then get set with the F&B and most importantly the bars, as everyone knows, for the 5:15 welcome reception. So those hours in between 2 and 5 p.m. are critical for us to work with the hotel and Freeman to make sure that everything is show ready. So we do appreciate all of you being show ready at 2 p.m. on that Monday. Tuesday the 24th, we will open at 9:30 a.m. We'll have a quiet hour between 4:15 and 5:15 when we get set for the reception on Tuesday evening. And then we'll return on Wednesday the 25th from 10:45 to 4:15. Exhibitor move out begins that Wednesday at 4:15 and goes till 8 p.m. And then as a note to all of your full conference attendees, that is the night of the beach party. So Mandalay Bay Pool. And then Thursday will conclude, and not 2015, but 2018. I apologize for that typo. We're not going to go back in time, but Thursday will be from 8 to 10 a.m. should you need a couple extra hours that morning.
Hey, Liz.
Yes.
It's Deb Mesaw. I just wanted to point out that it is also on move out. It's until noon.
Oh, perfect.
Okay.
So shipping, the advanced warehouse, if you can ship to the advanced warehouse if at all possible, this is the most recommended way to make sure everything is in your booth when you arrive so you don't need to track anything down. That opens on March 23rd. The close date, which I'll show on a screen here coming up here, will be on April 17th. So there is about a 3.5-week window in which to get all of your advanced shipments to the warehouse. And I have put the address up here, but this will be in the service kit in label form. So very simple for y'all just to print and get that onto your shipments. The one asterisk to this is if you are shipping any items for our attendee bags, we will reach out to you directly on those shipping instructions because that does go to a different location and by a much earlier date. So if you are expecting anything to be in the attendee bag, we will be reaching out to you. And if you have any questions, please do let us know. But again, the advanced warehouse is your primary shipping location. And that begins on the 23rd of March. Of course, show site shipping is always an option that will begin on April 22nd and not any time before. So if you ship to the warehouse, there is a chance that the hotel could reject it. And that is inclusive of if you ship it to yourself as a guest of the hotel as well. So unless you are actually physically on the property, I would tend to recommend avoiding shipping to show site, but certainly an option should you need it. And again, this address in the label form is within the service kit, so you will be, you have that information and can just simply print it. So important deadlines. Again, the advanced freight receiving begins on March 23rd. The discount pricing deadline, which is probably the most important piece, that is April 2nd. So that will be the early bird deadline of pricing for all of your Freeman orders, and actually Mandalay Bay orders as well. And then the advanced freight warehouse closes on the 17th. Now, I get some questions here and there about if packages arrive after that advanced warehouse deadline, they'll still get to your booth. There just may be a surcharge for additional trucking over to the convention center. So if you have any questions, do try to get it in by the 17th, but you should still be fine beyond that date. And then, as I mentioned, our different partners, the early deadline is the lead retrieval on March 23rd. So that is the deadline there. So if you're interested in any lead retrieval equipment, the early bird deadline is the 23rd. And excuse my voice. Mandalay Bay, so your electrical, booth cleaning, food and beverage, internet, telecommunications, security, floral, that matches the Freeman early discount deadline of April 2nd. And then any AV that you require for your booth that you're going to order through the forms, that is April 9th. So a little bit later on that piece. I did want to put in a plug for our mobile app, which is linked here. But you can also just go to any app store and download it. It is live and available. You can pull it down on your phone now. And with that being the case, I do want to put in a plug for your exhibitor and sponsor descriptions in the mobile app. So you should have gotten an email. So you're either going to get an email that will take you to a form to upload any basic information. And then if you have purchased or received the upgraded mobile app experience, that will actually have come from Zarista, and that'll take you through the instructions of how to fill in your information. If you have the basic information and want to upgrade into the more advanced mobile app pages, just reach out to us. It's super simple for us to make that switch for you. Definitely want to make sure that you get the exposure to all of the attendees. And of course, it is live now, so any attendee or any person who downloads it already has access to your information. So if you've gotten those emails but haven't done anything as far as uploading your information, please do go find those emails and make that happen, because people can start networking and learning about your company and your services. If you don't know if you've gotten that email, just reach out to your OEG, IEG, or Quest person, and we'll either resend it or make sure you do get it. Of course, have business cards with you. This is, I know, 101 for all of you, but you never know when you're going to run into someone who needs your information. So I always like to just encourage people to make sure that they do have business cards. Make sure your entire team has business cards so they're prepared with their own individual information. And then, of course, it's Las Vegas, so it is a desert. Stay hydrated, dress in layers. I'm sitting here in Chicago after 9 straight days of snow, and can't believe I'm saying to dress in layers for Las Vegas, but there we have it. It is going to be high desert in April, so we all know that the air conditioning sure does work in Las Vegas, so do be prepared for that. So I just wanted to open it up if there was any questions. I haven't received any through the chat box, but if you have any questions for us, we would certainly answer those now. And of course, we can answer them at any time as well. So I'll just open it up for a few minutes and see if any questions come through. There is a question about attendee list. That is a great question. I do need to get more information on that, and I apologize, I don't have that prepared. But if you're, and I'll try and find your specific user group person, but that might be a great question also for our marketing team and our marketing webinar that will be hosted in March. The good news about registration is that we are going gangbusters. The numbers across the board from a joint perspective is ahead of where we've been for several years. So that's great news, both in the fact that, we are in Las Vegas again. Everyone's familiar with it, but, it's really showcasing the strength of the Oracle product and brand, and of course, all of the services that you bring as well. So we know that the attendees are really getting a lot from the conference and a lot from spending the time with you. So certainly great news on those numbers. We are certainly had quite a few percentage points to where we were this time last year. So we're just really trying to gain on that momentum, keep it going. For those of you who may not have done a sponsorship, I will put a plug in there for you, of course. Don't miss out on an opportunity to get your brand and services out in front of everyone, especially since our registration numbers are so much ahead of where they have been previously. There is a question about a corner booth. Will both sides of the corner be open? That is no third side drape. Corner booths do have both sides of the 3-foot drape, but should you want the 3-foot drape that is kind of along the aisleway to be removed, that is certainly possible. You can do that before you go on show site, request it through your Freeman orders, or it's a really simple thing to take down when we are on site. So should you get on site and want to change the drape, if you have that corner booth, we will certainly take care of that for you. Any additional questions? All right. Where is the Freeman service kit? So it is online for all of the user groups. We will send it out as a link with this webinar as well. So you'll get a thank you message. We will include it. But certainly all of us, and I will just go ahead and put this screen up. Just reach out to any of us. We'll make sure that you do get the service kit. So if you are looking for the service kit, the link, the forms, just shoot us a note. We'll make sure we'll get that right back out to you. Electric is included. It will be under the Mandalay Bay forms. So if you need any sort of power or extension cords or any of that sort of support, that will be in underneath the Mandalay Bay component of the service kit. And again, we certainly cannot do this event without you, and we so appreciate your partnership and your interest and certainly your time today for being on this call. You do have all of our information here. Do not hesitate to reach out to any of us. We are certainly here to make sure that your experience is a good one and a positive one. And if there's anything we can do as far as information that you might need, services that you have questions about, anything, just please do not hesitate to let us know. We are here for you and your experience. And again, just to reiterate, we have recorded this. We will post it to our websites and email it out to everyone as well. So you can certainly share this with your staff that would benefit from this information, or if you want to go back and just check out the slides and the information, that is certainly available to you as well. But with that, I want to thank you for your time and hope you have a great day, and hopefully the weather is treating you well wherever you are calling in from, and certainly look forward to seeing you in April. So in the interim, look forward to chatting with you on anything you might need, but again, looking forward to seeing everyone in April in Las Vegas. Thank you so much, everyone.